Hi there and welcome to the Lagos Transportation Agenda. Our program is a showcase of current events, topical issues, and emerging trends in the exciting and multi-dimensional world of transportation. My name is Austin Inyang. It is no longer news that the Lagos Blue Line rail system is up and running, having been commissioned and launched by the President and the Governor of Lagos State, respectively. Already, Lagosians in their numbers are patronizing the rail line system as they see it as a viable alternative, especially along the CMS Mile 2 axis, which is where the line is pioneering. Of course, there will be other routes coming up, both in the blue and the red lines as the days go by. The Lagos Transportation Agenda wanted to get a view of what the people think about this development and what it will do for them in terms of reducing traffic congestion, reducing the time they spend on the road, the economic impact both for the government and the people, as well as businesses, and also their suggestions for what further the government can do concerning expanding the rail system, concerning maintaining the facilities that are on ground. Also, our respondents had much advice for the people that are using the rail system in order to ensure its sustainability. This is what we found out when we went out on the streets of Lagos to sample people's views about the rail system and all that it offers. Stay with us.
Great economies are built on good transportation network. This is why Lagos State Government through LAMATA has been working tirelessly to enhance the state's transport infrastructure and implement the Strategic Transport Master Plan (STMP) for Lagos and create a world-class transport network for the metropolis. The STMP would deliver 6 rail lines, 1 monorail, 14 BRT routes, 26 water transport routes, 3 cable car routes, and several road intervention to promote the integration of the transport modes. When all these projects are completed, there will be lower emission, leading to better health for all, lower road crashes, better quality of life, and faster economic growth. With the BRT already running in some corridors, jetties being upgraded, and rail line from Okokomaiko to CMS coming on board soon, life of Lagosians in the face of Lagos is changing every day. A healthier and more prosperous Lagos is in the making, and LAMATA is driving it. LAMATA, keeping Lagos moving.
Concerning the blue rail line, I think it's a welcome development for Lagos State, and it will help decongest traffic in Lagos State. I've not traveled with it anyway, but yesterday I happened to see the rail running through from Orile to Mile 2 with a lot of passengers inside, and it will help a lot of people to get home on time from work. Then looking at the traffic from CMS down to Orile, Mile 2, and every other thing, but there's nothing that will stop the rail from operation. So I think it's good. For the government, it's a way of generating a kind of revenue for the government as well. Then for business people as well, it lessens their transport fare, at least 700 to Lagos Island from Mile 2. It's one more better when you pay from Mile 2 to Orile, then you have to pay to those stop by and everything. So if you are going straight, then you will take direct from Mile 2, and it helps a lot of people. But the thing is, the rail need more rail lines. You understand? Since we have more population in Lagos State, so it's a welcome development for me. On that area, the government has done well. They really tried. So they did well. So I hope other mega cities in Nigeria will apply the same transport system and support the masses.
It would be nice, actually, if there will be more means of transportation, because there's no money. People are buying car every day, and the road will always get blocked. But if there is another means of transportation apart from the BRT, lane and the BRT buses, that train will be a very good, it will be very nice for real. The capacity of the train is much, right? So, and to reduce less of traffic, or maybe the only things that will be on the road is just private vehicles, all these buses and also BRTs. But if they are bringing that, this, it will be very nice for you.
I think generally the whole idea and philosophy behind it is to create an alternative and to make movements possible. And for instance, that axis is one axis that have a lot of people traveling, going to do their businesses and all that. So by creating that avenue of people traveling in mass is a plus for Lagos State, and it also alleviates the suffering of people who encounter these traffic problems every day. Primarily speaking, movement using the train worldwide is not to make money per se, right? But it's just for break even, so to speak, right? Just a little profit that will sustain the whole scheme, right? But in the long run, because there is a lot of money have been put in that investment, and government needs to recoup. And so, and when people look at the what is it now, the usefulness of it, right? So any amount that been asked to pay that is reasonable, people will be ready to pay, and by doing that, government is generating revenue, enough of it in Lagos, and businesses as well, because we lose a lot of manpower in traveling because of traffic congestion. So when you have a very fast train that convey people to and fro, so it's a win-win situation both for government and the people.
It reduces the traffic at the same time, because at least it's faster too. I've not really traveled with it, but I believe it's faster, because I have a friend of mine that travels with it, and he said he enjoyed the whole process, and it's nice. It's really nice. At least Lagos State tried for that. But I want them to try more, especially development and other things to make Lagos State a better place for everybody to live. Yes.
About the Blue Line, it's a great development from the state government. It is fast, reasonably affordable, and also it has helped in the issue of reducing the traffic gridlock on that axis, and also even to the extent that it's the traffic situation extended to the mainland there. The traffic has reduced drastically. And really, I will like if government can replicate that gesture along Ikorodu road corridor that will alleviate the suffering of the people living around that corridor. Thank you.
This is the Lagos Transportation Agenda. We'll be back with more respondents about the impacts and the benefits, as well as the challenges of the Blue Line rail system after this time out. Please stay with us.
With regard to operations of the Blue Line in particular, we all know that we have publicized that the Blue Line is going to be an electrified rail system, and with the third rail system. What that means is that the electrification will be along the track. And for us, that means that it has no tolerance. If you want to cross from one side to the other, you must use the overhead bridges. This is a necessity for all of us to understand. We have, as a government, been very responsible, and we have fenced all along the alignment for the Blue Line to ensure that people do not cross it. But what we see time and time again is that people go there and they cut the fences and they run across. This is fine until we electrify. And we need to understand that this is not acceptable. Not because Lamata is saying don't do it, but because it is a matter of life and death. It is a health and safety issue. Anywhere in the world, this is the way it functions. And if we want to develop, we need to begin to understand that this is the way we're headed for a sustainable rail system that is good for emissions. Electrified rail is the way forward. And when your rail is electrified, then we must not interface with it. So we ask this, and we ask that the people be responsible and understand that it is mandatory that nobody crosses the tracks. We bother to put pedestrian crossings, there's access for the physically challenged, and therefore we have no reason to cross the track. So we just ask that the people please respect this and respect the rails, because if we don't, we will find ourselves in very, very dire straits indeed.
Lamata, keeping Lagos moving.
Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n, Èkó àkété ilé ọgbọ́n, arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o, Èkó arómísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́, arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má sá o, Èkó arómísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́.
If you're just joining, it's the Lagos Transportation Agenda. Today we are sampling views on the streets about the impact, the benefits and the opportunities, as well as suggestions about the way forward for this innovation that has brought so much relief for Lagosians, especially those plying the CMS Mile 2 route of the pioneering rail line system.
Let me start with the government, because this is something that we're not used to here on this part of our world. Sustainability, right? Maintenance culture, we don't have it here. So I want to use this opportunity to talk to the government, those who are in charge of managing this well, right? They should make it a priority to maintain and to make sure that people get value for what they pay for. And for the users, please do not abuse it. Make the most of it, and in whatever way you can make it to succeed, right? Not when you enter the train, you litter the train, you kind of vandalize and all that. Do not do that. Help government so that government will as well help you. And in the end, all of us will have something to rejoice getting from the government. Thank you.
Due to the traffic congestion and the rest, it's going to reduce, the way people cross and the rest, but at least things will be on the lesser side.
For that of the economic impacts, if I'm to categorize it, let's just say it will have like a 60% impact to help people.
It's going to ease up the traffic. At least people will be able to go there, take the blue railway stuff, and it's going to ease up the traffic. It has a very great economic impact. It's going to reduce the number of transport, will be less for people to go about with their businesses.
Make a lot of economic impact for the government and the state also, because the government also, they will make a lot of money there from, a lot of people will be entering the blue railway to where they are going, so they make a lot of impact for the government also, to the state also.
But then what I understand about this blue rail transport system, that it is very, the word is actually cheap. What is usually is actually cheap, and it's a decent system. So if I was using it, I am not right now, but if I was using it, it would be saving me thousands of naira. Lagos is known for its congestion. Okay, so whatever efforts that anybody, especially the government, makes to decongest the traffic, is a welcome one. More so, something like this, the rail system that other developed countries are utilizing to decongest the traffic system, on a daily basis. It's a welcome development. For example, I spend an average of 5 hours going back and forth on a daily basis. That's a lot of time wasted. But with this rail line, right, if that was my route, it's not my route right now actually. So, but if that was my route, to just park my car at home and then utilize it, and from what I see, that would save me like 4 hours 30 minutes every day that I spend on the road going to work and back. So it's a beautiful development, and I applaud the Ministry of Transportation here in Lagos State.
I think it's a great time for us to like grow as a nation. It's be a great help, and I hopefully I think we can manage. It will be of great help, especially in Lagos. It's crowdy, traffic here and there. So I think it will help a lot.
Great economies are built on good transportation network. This is why Lagos State Government through LAMATA has been working tirelessly to enhance the state's transport infrastructure and implement the Strategic Transport Master Plan (STMP) for Lagos and create a world-class transport network for the metropolis. The STMP would deliver 6 rail lines, 1 monorail, 14 BRT routes, 26 water transport routes, 3 cable car routes, and several road intervention to promote the integration of the transport modes. When all these projects are completed, there will be lower emission, leading to better health for all, lower road crashes, better quality of life, and faster economic growth. With the BRT already running in some corridors, jetties being upgraded, and rail line from Okokomaiko to CMS coming on board soon, life of Lagosians in the face of Lagos is changing every day. A healthier and more prosperous Lagos is in the making, and LAMATA is driving it. LAMATA, keeping Lagos moving.
If you're just joining us, is the Lagos Transportation Agenda. As we have seen so far, many of our respondents are full of appreciation for the strides that the Lagos State government has taken with the launch of the Blue Line rail system. But of course, they also have suggestions and concerns which all stakeholders will do well to take into consideration going forward. Let's hear more of them.
The advice and what I have for the government is the government to maintain it, in the good way, so that the thing will be more benefit to the public people. The public need to make sure that they follow according to the government way, so that they can be able to achieve a lot also.
For the government, I'll tell them to keep up doing the good work. The well-meaning ones. When well-meaning people are doing things, you see it regardless of political affiliations, right? So after all the politics, all the whatever, we're here, and it's time for people to work. And it looks like there are some people who are starting off well with what I'm seeing. So what my word to them is for them to keep up this energy and not abandon us when it's time for re-election or politicking. Keep up this energy, bring up more innovations that will make life easier for the people, because at the end of the day, it's the people that are employing them to do these things for us. So if they can keep these things up, initiatives like this are going to definitely better the lives of the populace. These things benefit us directly. I don't need to say that. Even if it affects the people in government, it doesn't affect them as much as it affects the people. So it's for us, the people. We are the ones utilizing it. It's for us. So we should encourage their efforts and try not to sabotage these systems, their efforts. You understand? Like it's been done in the past. We should do our best and preserve these transport systems. When we use it, we don't deface, the facility. We don't abuse it. As some people do. And then I also want to talk to the operators, apart from the people. The operators, we heard a lot of things about people who operate these things. Also appeal to the operators to please maintain, the systems that have been put in place for the people. Let me take advantage of this and applaud the people who are running the BRT system. Understand it. We're also paying with cowries, right? So if we can, the BRT system has been successful so far. If we can continue in that energy, let it be as successful as the BRT system or even more, right? So everybody, all stakeholders, we have a part to play, and it's a welcome development, and I hope we'll see more of this. Thank you.
Really, the impact they are in different ways. Financially, for the government and the operators of the Blue Rail, the economic impact is wow. I wouldn't know, but it is commendable on their part, and really it has alleviated the suffering of the masses moving from one point to another. For the people of Lagos State, we should manage what we have. We should make sure that we don't spoil it. It is sustainable and it extends to every other part of Lagos State.
So I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Sanwo-Olu for giving us this experience, and may God bless him, and he should keep up the good work. Thank you.
I want to share my experience on the Blue Rail. It's an interesting one. I'm happy I participated. I was involved in the travel today, and it's nice to see that I could travel in Lagos without any stress. The journey was very short. Within a short period, I was able to move from Marina to Orile, and it was a nice one, very comfortable. The neat environment, and it's very lovely, and I will want the government to do more of this. They should do more of the lines to cut across the states, because this will really ease the stress where Lagosians go through on daily basis. Thank you.
Èkó Akété ilé ọgbọ́n, Èkó Akété ilé ọgbọ́n, arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o, Èkó arómísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́, arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má sá o, Èkó arómísá lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́, kò má síjú tá o bè kówé, àpirọ́ kò má síjú tá o bè kówé.
Well, there you have it. That has been our sampler of views about the benefits, the advantages and the opportunities, as well as the challenges associated with the Blue Line rail system currently running from Marina to Mile 2. As one of our respondents said, we all must encourage government in this regard, no matter our political affiliation, because this development benefits all of us, no matter who we are or where we come from. Well, that has been the show today. I hope you'll join me next week at this time on this station for yet another interesting edition of the Lagos Transportation Agenda, the showcase of current events, topical issues, as well as emerging trends. Don't miss it next week. Keep a date with us. Until then, this is Austin Inyang saying take care of yourself and others. God bless you. Bye-bye.